Appreciate everybody joining us. Coach Swinney will have some introductory comments on today's game, then we'll go to questions in the room, and if time permits at the end, we'll go to questions virtually. After this is concluded, we will be turning this room around to take his coach's show. Coach, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right, well, as we always say, the fun's in the winning. It was good to see a team, see this team win a game. Really proud of them. Good start to kind of this restart for us, if you will. Guys I thought did a great job these last couple of weeks of buying into what they need to do. And just proud of them. I mean, super proud of how they played. We have not played much complimentary football this entire year, and that's what you saw, I mean, from the opening snap. And I think we had 4 straight 3-and-outs for -5 yards, and the offense to score and just complimentary football. 2 punts, both inside the 20, one by Hoosier, one by Jack. And so just, really I'm just proud of our guys. Obviously we've not had the start that we want, and been a lot of disappointment. And for young people to be able to pick themselves up and process that and just keep doing the work, it's just it's inspiring. And I was really proud. If you watched us practice this week, you wouldn't know if we were 1-3 or 4-0. You'd never know. You'd never know if we were in the national championship or playing a FCS school. And I told them last night. I mean, that's what I saw all week, and that's not easy to do, especially when you've had a lot of disappointment in the process and the world that they live in. So I'm really proud of them. So we just got to build some mo now. We got to try to find a way to build momentum, to develop some confidence from this, because we have not played with a lot of confidence. We haven't played with a lot of precision. And you saw us make plays today that we just hadn't been making. Some of those contested catches, we hadn't been making. Some of those critical plays, a couple 4th downs, Cade. I mean, obviously, he woke up today and remembered, oh, I'm Cade Klubnik. And so that was nice. He was amazing. And just really proud of the guys. I mean, and then to be able to play a lot of guys. I think we played 76 guys. So, nothing makes you appreciate winning more than the pain of losing, especially when you lose a couple close games. And, so fun locker room in there. And again, just a glimpse of what this team can be. So just gotta kind of keep doing the work. Got to earn the right to win every single week with our preparation. Obviously, we don't have a lot of room for error. But these guys, again, it was a great sign of their mindset that everybody got a chance to see today. So I'm really proud of them for that. Offensively, we had 500+ yards the last game. We had 488 today, 399 passing, 4 touchdowns by Cade. I think Ross said that's the first. I think Mahomes is the only other player to have 4 touchdowns and a half against a Coach Belichick team. So that's pretty rare air right there. So, I mean, and then obviously Antonio had a great play to start the game, really well executed. But Cade was awesome. I mean, we were 7 yards of play, and then Cade, 91.7%, 22 of 24, and 4 touchdowns. Great day for TJ Moore. He's actually had a couple good games in a row. He's kind of getting going and finding his rhythm. Adam Randall has been a bright spot all year. I mean, he's a great story, man. And you saw what he could do today. I mean, a big-time factor in the passing game today. 73 yards receiving, a couple touchdowns. And he's the first guy since ETN to have a touchdown in the first 5 games. So he's been a bright spot, and he's been a consistent guy. Wesco had 22 yards a catch. Baby Gronk, 87, had a couple touchdowns. Good to see him make a couple plays, and just fun to play a lot of guys. I mean, really, we played 3 quarterbacks. It's good to be able to get CV in there. Thought he had a good drive. Wish we'd have finished it. Finished with a field goal. Trent got in there, made a nice little drive. Great catch by Clark Sanderson for his first career catch. That was a heck of a little catch by him. And just, like to see us handle the ball right there to finish. But, a lot of guys. Keith Adams went in there and did what he does. He's downhill and did a great job defensively. Again, name of the game's points, 10 points. So really proud of that. And, had a bunch of 3-and-outs, TFLs. 23 guys had a tackle today. And the biggest thing for me was 53 yards rushing. I was very concerned coming into this game, the way that number 35 has been running the football and the way we've been playing run defense. So that was a great response by our guys. I just thought they played like they're supposed to play, 2 of 12 on 3rd and 4th down. So, again, a lot of good things from that standpoint. So, contributions from all 3 phases, that's what complimentary football looks like. And just really proud of the guys. So, it's been a long time. This is my 300th game, and I've only been here 3 times now. And I was telling the team the last time I was up here 15 years ago, or the first time I was up here in 15 years ago, we left here 2 and 3. And I was really frustrated and disappointed and mad. And to be honest with you, probably not as mature in my faith as I needed to be at that time. And the reason I have perspective like I have now is because, I had no idea what God's plan was when I left here in 2010 at 2 and 3, thinking I'm probably going to be fired. I had no idea what God's plan was over the next 14 plus years. And that's why, as I sit here right now, once again at 2 and 3, man, I'm happy. I never thought I'd be happy to leave anywhere 2 and 3, but I'm happy today. But I also have a much more mature perspective of knowing that, hey, you know what? God's good all the time. And hey, we just got to you have highs and you have lows, and football's hard. That's what Coach Belichick told me that before the game. He said, Coach, you're 5 plays away from being undefeated. He's watched a lot of tape in his day, and I appreciated his encouragement there. But, at the end of the day, we are what we are. But to see a group of guys, fight and pick themselves up and go play a great game was fun. So it's one game, but hopefully we can, again, build some confidence, build some momentum, build some morale, build some competition. A lot of guys got to go play and compete, and we got a lot of stuff on tape. I can't wait to watch the tape. And, again, I think 76 guys got in the game. So just really happy for the team, and they deserve it.
Quick heads up for anybody prioritizing Klubnik. He's going outside. Anybody's welcome to stay in here and ask Coach Smith.
Yeah, I just want to say on that tape, you'll see Tom Allen on the sideline. Just kind of what went into that decision, and do you feel like it had a positive impact on your guys?
Well, again, I know y'all all have asked a bunch of questions about that. Look, I like for these guys to do. I don't make them do anything. I think I want them to do what they feel is what gives them the best chance to be successful. These ain't rookie coaches, right? So he comes in here and he says, I want to be in the box. I'm not going to say, no, you have to be on the field. I want him to be successful, right? If he comes in and we're running I'm not going to micromanage that. And because he feels like that's where he's at his best, especially with all the technology that we have and things like that. But where we were and how we were playing with an open date, he's like, you know what? I think I'm going to come down the field, and I need to just, I'd prefer to be here, but I need to come down the field and see if I can get this bunch rolling like they need to. So it was great. And absolutely. We hit 10 points. We had 4 straight 3 and outs from -5 yards. There was a bad penalty on the first play. I didn't agree with that, but we kind of got in a hole on a couple of plays there on that first drive. But outside of that, 4 consecutive drives. So yeah, it was this game, But I just thought the guys really prepared well, and they just made their mind up. They were tired of it, Finally, hopefully, I've got the poison out of them, and they've woken up and realized, who they are, and hopefully they'll play that way.
How many times did y'all rep that first play over the last 2 weeks of practice? Did it work every time?
Well, we didn't really put it in until Tuesday. So put it in on Tuesday and repped it, I don't know, 5-6 times.
Did it work every time?
Pretty much. We were running against the scouts. We try to script for success against the scouts. So, but it did. Yeah. That's what gives you confidence to call those type of things, because you see it in practice. And Antonio's a guy you trust. He's a very veteran guy. He's a savvy guy. Things break down. You trust a guy like that to hey, you throw it away or whatever. And we had a check on, like if they'd have come out in some type of, cloud type of deal too deep, we had a check there, but we got the look we wanted. It was very well executed. We just felt like on tape that their corners were incredibly reactive to plays behind the line before the ball got across the line of scrimmage. So we felt like we could manipulate that, and we did, a couple times, and we're very successful.
You obviously love to play at home, but with all the noise and anger, frustration, was it kind of good to get away from things, just you and the team, and be on the road together?
Well, they booed us here too, so I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I always say external stuff, if it really affects you, you're just not going to be great. You're not going to be consistent, have consistency in your performance, and that's something this team's got. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. They got to learn. They've been affected. They may not admit it, but I've done this a long time. I've coached a lot of teams, and this has been a frustrating thing because, again, you have a little bit of disappointment, and you're really not that far from being on the right side of things. But man, the noise is loud, and these kids were told how great they are, and they ate the poison, and all of a sudden you're just not playing well, and and that was part of the reason too. We gotta free these guys up a little bit, and I just wanted them to have a little bit of fun, and just that's been our approach with them all week, and our leadership is tremendous. They really have responded well, but I just felt like if they could just taste one time what true complementary football looks like, because we really have only had a couple moments. We've just been pulling against each other. Offense gets going, we can't stop it. Defense shutting them down, offense is struggling, or something. And so today you saw, just what it can look like, and hopefully they can grow some confidence and some consistency from this. And they're getting easier every week is playoff football for us. I mean, we're fighting for our lives around here. That's just the way it is. We put ourselves in this situation. And going up to BC next week won't be easy. That's never an easy place to go. Always a tough-minded football team. Hopefully we can just continue to build.
Cade's numbers are obviously great. What did you see with the football stuff this week?
Yeah. He just. I just think the same thing for him. I think it was a great reset for him in the open date. He's had a lot on him, and again, not many people can really understand what it's like to be in his shoes, and to, it's not that he's asking for it. He doesn't ask to be picked as the Heisman or the first pick. He's just trying to just be himself and live his life, right? And then all of a sudden you don't play well, and everybody knows it, and you got some disappointment, and then it just then you just do a little too much and turn it over. It's just, you lose on a 55-yarder walk-off. I mean, it's a tough position to play. And, everybody thinks it's easy, but it's not. But, man, that's just who he is. I'm really proud of it. And that my message to him is like, Cade, man, I just need you to be Cade. We just got to get you to be Cade. And, again, probably one of the best plays of the game was the Adam Radon touchdown. I mean, that was kind of a shot. It was a design shot. And they really played a bunch of coverage, and he just checked the ball down. And then Adam goes, what a great play by Adam. So he just I don't know, he just seemed really at ease, and just seemed like everything was slow to him today. And he just made the right decisions, put the ball in play, and then guys made plays for him. It's amazing how that works. When a guy makes a couple of plays, that play TJ Moore made on I think it was third down. What a play. I mean, that was a ball play. I mean, tough, contested, hands catch. And, and honestly, he hasn't made a couple of those plays that creates momentum and and so it just everybody's kind of been, like I said, in a little bit of funk. And today they kind of played themselves out of it. I'm proud of it, but it's just hopefully reminds him of who he is. I mean, I don't care. I mean, 22 or 24 in college football, I mean, that's hard to do. I don't care if you're playing, East Aboga Community College. I mean, that's hard to do. And so I'm proud of his execution and his decision making. Did a nice job. And hopefully, again, he can build on that.
The last three games, you guys trailed at halftime. Just you guys were able to build a 20 this time. What impressed you the most about your team in the first half?
The execution. We had 4 straight touchdowns, I think, maybe. Just execution. I mean, just the precision in what we were doing, throwing and catching, conversions, defensively, 4 3-and-outs. I mean, it was just, I don't think we punted. Did we punt in the first half? Maybe the one Alcatraz. Yeah, the pooch punt with Noah. I mean, but even that was, we moved the ball. We had good field position. That was the other thing. For the first time this year, we actually had field position. I think we're like 112th in field position. That's tough sledding. And so, we were able to create some field position. And again, that's what complimentary football does. You pin them deep, like, let's get a stop. And so we did a nice job there. I was frustrated. We let a couple punts hit in front of us that I didn't think we lined up properly. That we need to clean that up. But it was a great first half, and it was just again fun to see these guys just have some fun. And again, hopefully that can fuel their confidence and their belief in what they can do. But also, a reminder of you've got to earn it and you have to execute at a high level. And they did that today. So it was great.
Second straight week, Peter Woods converted on 4th down. I think he actually converted 2 4th downs today, but good to get some continuity there. Consistency.
Yeah. I mean, he's a load. I mean, he's a load. So, figure if you just had everybody up, he'd probably get a yard because he's a hard guy to get underneath and to knock back. So definitely a guy that we'll continue to use.
Vizzina, what'd you like from him? I know it was.
Yeah, it was good to get him in there. We actually came out of the I had no idea the time of possession was going to be the way it was in that third quarter. I didn't think we played well. I think they missed the field goal. But it was a long drive and a bunch of time. But we only had Cade had one possession. I think he only had one the whole second half.
Yeah.
So I mean, what he did in the first half was amazing. But coming out of halftime, I told him, I said, second possession, no matter what happens, I'm putting CV in, and because I just want to get him in the game. And I want him to play with the ones, and I don't want to wait I want to get him in there because he hadn't played a whole lot, and it was a good drive. Thought he did a nice job. There was a couple of balls, I thought he should have back shouldered one of those down the field, but really good job on the boot. Very accurate throw to Antonio. So it was just great for him to play. And again, then we're able to get Trent in there too. So nice play to 20. He just needs to just make sure that ball gets handed off to 19 right there. We'll probably score. But just fun to see those guys get an opportunity to play, but especially for CB to get some good game work in. And it was I know something that'll pay off for him.
I'd like to see him get the fade a little bit higher to.
Yeah. 2 balls. He had 2 low balls, and obviously the one to Ian was really. I mean, he needs to be the only guy that can touch it, and so even when he's covered, he's open if you just put it in the right spot. And same thing with Tristan. So Tristan had a couple nice plays today too. I think a lot of guys had an opportunity to touch the ball, so that was good and something we can build on.
When we asked Cade what he thought about his game today, he said, I wasn't special, but he thought he managed the game very well.
Yeah, he did. He made some great throws. He made some big time throws. He was probably a little aggressive on the one to Wesco, but probably should have checked that ball down. But he still put it in a place where Wesco had a chance to go get it. And so I just, I like his mindset today, and it was good. Now or never. I mean, shoot, man, this is we have a Bible study on Thursdays. I don't know if y'all know Pastor DJ Horton, but Reggie invited him to do our Bible study, our coach's Bible study Thursday morning. He comes in there and he's talking about his whole Bible study was on end times, Revelation. I'm like, boys, we better find a way to win this week. So That's what I told Cade. Hey, man, we better get this thing going. So it was awesome to see him play like that.
Your overall takeaways, shaking hands with Bill Belichick before a game, after a game, talking to him.
Yeah, I mean, again, because I've been around him a good bit since May, and I've been on several calls and things like that, and had a chance to spend some quality time in May, and then also again in July. I got a chance to visit with him before the game with our commissioner, and you know, I asked him. I said, "Have you ever had a team, a really good team, that he just was having a hard time getting them going?" And he had an answer for me right away. I won't tell you his answer. I'll leave that to him. He went, "Yo, yeah," and gave me his answer. But I mean, it's what a unique opportunity to compete against. I mean, how many wins does he need to be the all-time winningest NFL coach? Maybe like 4, 10. Can't be many. I think it's single digits to be the winningest coach in the history of the NFL. And listen, I mean, they'll get it going. He's a great coach. They are where they are right now, and they're trying to build it and get it going, and he'll get them going. But I've got a lot of respect for him, and it's an honor to be able to compete against him today. And for me personally, that my 300th game at Clemson, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful. I really am. I mean, it's not something I would have ever in my craziest dreams would have imagined when I walked off the field getting my butt beat against Georgia in 2003, my first ever Clemson game. I had no idea what God's plan was. So to have the opportunity to be a part of 300 Clemson games, I'm grateful for all of them, the good ones, the bad ones. And I sure am glad this one was a win because I'll actually want to remember it. So thankful for that.
2-3 more minutes with Coach. If anybody has anything?
Were you surprised Belichick called the timeout with 1 second left? Or?
No, not really. I mean, he's a competitor. He's trying to get they're evaluating guys. I mean, they're trying to, get guys to play, and every play is an opportunity to evaluate your team. So, I mean, obviously the game was over, but still a chance for those guys to play. Still a chance for those linemen to be evaluated. Still a chance for the quarterback to get one more rep or whatever. And so, I mean, he's coaching ball. I mean, he's coaching to the last second. And I think that's what great coaches do.
I know you said the name of the game is points, but we kind of disappointed that you guys were able to generate a turnover today. The second.
Yeah, I am. And, man, we had one, 35 had his hands on it. He was in a great spot. Good to see Jeremiah play a lot today, too. And he was right where he needed to be, just didn't quite make the catch. But, yeah, that's probably the biggest disappointment is we've had 3 games now with no takeaways. In fact, I guess we lost the margin. We don't win many when we lose the margin, but we did today. But if you win one, losing the margin, typically it's a game like this that kind of gets out of hand and you're playing a lot of guys. Is that the only turnover we had? The one. So, lost that one, but we got to get that going. I'm disappointed in that.
Just a miscommunication on the mesh with CB.
Yeah. You talking about Trent?
I'm sorry,
Yeah, he needs to probably give that ball right there.
Any update on Thurman?
I talked to y'all last, I guess it was Tuesday in the press conference when I said, yeah, we're really healthy. We're in a good spot. But we got 2 tough practices. Wednesday practice, he got banged up. And so he'll be out here for probably a week or so, a couple weeks. But
Jamal Anderson didn't travel. Was that just coach's decision? Or?
Coaches said, we're going to try to hold him. As he's a guy I met with in the spring, and we actually talked about, we hardly played him his freshman year at all. We really kind of wasted a year, honestly. And we talked this spring about with him that if it worked out, we would consider redshirting him, and where we were and where they feel like the linebackers are, we felt like we could try to hold him, and so that's what we made a decision to do with him. And then as y'all know, Shelton, he's just decided to move on.
Did y'all make it a point of emphasis to give guys like Jeremiah and Gideon more snaps?
Yeah, that was something coming out of the open date. We just felt like we needed to do a better job from a rotation standpoint and kind of commit to it. And You know, again, the game worked out well. And then personnel wise was the situation with Jeremiah, because, you know, there are a lot of 12 personnel. And so he was our Sam in our base package today. And I think he actually played some in our normal package too. So good for all those guys to get in there. I mean, a bunch of guys, I think Helms didn't play. I know Blanchard didn't play because we were holding Blanchard. And I'm not sure who else did get in. I'm not sure. But got 76 guys in the game.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Okay. Appreciate it.
We're going to turn this space around for his coach's show. Coach, we're headed to the